morning, girly girls. Miss Katie here. This is our second Good Morning Girl Scouts. I just woke up. I hope you guys are ready to start your day. Kind of take a moment to set your intention for the day and think about what you guys want to do. And just sit back and relax while we read our second story. This is Lupe's story that we're going to be reading together. And this is a story about a fair turn in the flower garden. And it says at the bottom, when I've earned my Lupe petal, I will know how to be honest and fair, just like Lupe the Lupine. So there she is. And let's see what her story is about. Okay, so before we start, I'll go ahead and go over the 3 things that you guys need to do to achieve this petal. Step 1 is enjoy Lupe's story and then talk about it. Step 2 is act out the story with your daisy friends. Maybe each girl can take a different part. I think that would be a lot of fun. And step 3 is practice being honest and fair. So, this is Lupe's story, A Turn in the Flower Garden. It was a cool, breezy day in the daisy flower garden. The flower friends were ready to have some fun. I have an idea, Lupe told the rest of her flower friends. Let's play a game of tag. I'd like to jump rope, Jerry said. Or maybe we could go swing on the slide, Clover said. How about playing hopscotch? Tula asked. I think that would be the most fun. Here's our pictures. All of those games sound like fun, Lupe said. Why don't we take turns? That sounds great, Clover said. Everyone will get a chance to play the game they like the most. Rosie nodded. I'm glad you came up with that idea, Lupe. It's very fair. Okay, everyone, Lupe said. Let the games begin. Jerry, why don't you go first? Lupe grabbed on one end of the jump rope and Tula grabbed the other end. Jump, Jerry, they cried. Jump, jump, jump. There she is. She's jumping. Soon it was Clover's turn to pick a game. Let's play tag, she said. I'm it. You can't catch me. Lupe called out as she ran around the oak tree past the bird bath. That's when Lupe saw 4 pigeons flying down from the sky. They were delivering a large box right to the Flower Friends' front gate. The box was from Dairyland Farm. The Flower Friends had visited the farm on a cross-country road trip. A note on the box said, Dear Flower Friends, here is some freshly made cheese. We hope you enjoy it. Be sure to share. Here we go. That would be pretty cool if cheese was delivered from the sky. What a wonderful surprise, Lupe said. Then her stomach rumbled. I'm really hungry, she thought. Maybe I could just eat a little bite of cheese right now. How could I cover it up so the others wouldn't know I took a bite? Lupe began to open the box. Then she stopped. This present is for everyone, she thought, and it wouldn't be fair to eat some by myself. And it wouldn't be honest if I pretended like I hadn't eaten any. She carried the box to where the other flower friends were playing. Look what we got, she called out. Let's all have a snack, she said. Everyone chatted and laughed as they nibbled on the different kinds of cheese. I'm so glad I waited to share this, Lupe thought as she watched her friends having a good time. It's much more fun and it's fair too. The end. Okay, so here's them snacking. And let's talk about what we just read. So the first discussion question is, when did Lupe show that she was honest and fair? So obviously, when the pigeons brought down the cheese, and she had the thought that she was hungry and she wanted to open it before any of her friends could have any, her first gut instinct was to open the cheese and eat some for herself to satisfy her needs. But then she kind of took a step back and she thought to herself, that maybe this wouldn't be a good idea if I ate this without the other friends because it was intended for everybody. So Lupe showed that she was honest and fair when she corrected that thought process in her head and she acted on it. She decided that she would wait to share and have the cheese with her friends. So how do you think the flower friends would have felt if Lupe had opened the present without them? If it were me and there was a pack of cheese intended for me and a group of my friends and I found out that somebody in that group had taken a few nibbles before I knew about it, I think I might be a little upset because it said on the package that it was intended for all of us and it's just not fair or equal if somebody eats more or eats before. It was meant to be shared and celebrated together. So how do you think Lupe would have felt if she had not shared the present? I think maybe at first she probably would have felt good just because she was hungry and cheese is delicious. But I think after she had done it, after she had eaten the cheese without her friends, I think she would have felt really guilty. And I think that guiltiness would have consumed the goodness of the cheese itself. Because in our hearts, we know what's right. And I think in her heart, she knew what was right. So if she went against that instinct and decided not to share the present, I think she would have been feeling pretty crummy. When have you been honest and fair, and how did it feel? So I try to always be honest and fair. I think it's those are two very important qualities in a person, and especially a friend. If I ever notice somebody without something, for example, I had a friend one time in class at school that didn't have a snack, and I decided to share my snack with her, and it was actually really fun because I was able to kind of share this moment with her and help her out as well because I knew that she was hungry. She had forgotten her lunch. So it always feels good to think of others and to put others before you or on that same playing field, because I think that's kind of what life is all about. It's about including others in those joyous moments and just trying to always be really considerate, like we learned in our last book, of where other people are coming from and what they might be feeling, and just offering a helping hand whenever we can. So step 2 to achieve this petal is act out the story with your daisy friends. I think this will be really fun. You guys can do this via Zoom or on a conference app that we always use. Or if it's safe enough to do so, you can meet with your friends, but just make sure that you have permission, because it depends on where you live right now, how many people can get together. But have fun doing that, do a little play about the story. I think that would be pretty neat. And step 3 is practice being honest and fair. And there are so many ways to do that. Just like I said, just always try to think about your friends and who's around you and be considerate of what they might be going through. And just remember that it's not always about us. I think, we live and exist to help one another out. And if you can just always have that idea in the back of your mind going forward, I think that naturally you will become a very honest and fair person. So I hope you guys enjoyed that story. Like I said, this is our Good Morning Girl Scouts, so I hope you guys have a great day today. Go out into the world, be honest and fair, and have so much fun today. I'll see you guys soon.